I'm in the backseat with Alan Haka.
So you know that one of the cars around there, Bill?
Yes, to land this. Mr. Walter Gretzky. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm thrilled standing beside you.
Wow. Take two. Just go ahead and hinge me. Go on now.
They're crafted twin 48-foot wooden schooners, the traditional kind.
Hey everybody, I'm Stephanie Beaumont. Welcome to this special production report edition of C&B Scene. 2015 is already shaping up to be an action-packed year for East Coast talent and for Atlantic Canadian productions. So over the course of the next half hour, we'll bring you up to speed with what's on the go. We'll showcase the latest from the world of film and television and tell you about a cool web series too. We'll preview what's getting set to screen, what's ready to stream, and those projects just getting underway. We'll talk about returning favorites, celebrate some award winners, share some scoop, and dole out some TV-free stuff too. So with so much ahead, I say let's dive in with some much-deserved shout-outs. First up, St. John's born director Jordan Canning, who was just awarded the prestigious Women in the Directors Chair Award. The Creative Women Workshops Association presents the 2015 WIDC Feature Film Award, which is a $120,000 in-kind prize designed to encourage more feature films directed by women in British Columbia, and it's supported by some of Canada's most influential screen industry companies. Now, Jordan will be using the prize to complete her sophomore feature film, Suck It Up. It's a dramedy about two best friends in mourning who take off on a debaucherous weekend in the BC mountains in hopes of getting over the man they both loved. Jordan tells me she's still developing the film and hopes to go to camera August or September of this year, with the movie to be finished to screen by early 2016. She also told me they're in the midst of finalizing distribution details for her debut feature, We Were Wolves. So we'll keep you posted on dates for that once they're in place. On now to the Canadian Screen Awards, where the East Coast was well represented amongst this year's list of nominees, and we're happy to say many of whom took home the hardware. Most notably, the Rick Mercer Report, honored for Best Variety or Sketch Comedy Program, Best Writing, and Best Performance for host and St. John's son, Rick Mercer. And how cool is this? For its fourth season, Call Me Fitz took home 4 trophies, including the one for Best Comedy Series. The show that stars the oh-so-charming in real life Jason Priestley was shot in Nova Scotia and is available now on DVD and VOD. For more information, visit callmefitz.tv. The prestigious Claude Jutra Award, celebrating the outstanding debut of a first-time filmmaker, was presented to Fall River, Nova Scotia native Jeffrey St. Jewel for his sci-fi musical dramedy, Bang Bang Baby.
Daddy, you'll never guess who's here. Bobby Shore.
If you heard me sing, that would be even better.
Oh, bang, bang, baby. Bang, 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 baby.
And how sweet is this? Fredericton, New Brunswick-born Lost Girl star Anna Silk received the Fans' Choice Award for Favorite Canadian Screen Star, a fitting send-off for Silk, who's wrapped production on her 5th and final season of the Sci-Fi Showcase series. Watch for the remaining 7 episodes when Lost Girl returns later this year. And for more information and full episodes in Canada, visit showcase.ca/lostgirl. For a complete list of 2015 Canadian Screen Award nominees and winners, visit academy.ca. And be sure to check out our full-page feature of our East Coast contingent in the May issue of Atlantic Business Magazine. Now, if you got a current issue of ABM, you'd see this handsome mug in the spotlight. That's PEI-born, Nova Scotia-based, omnipresent Jonathan Torrance. Mr. Torrance took home a Canadian Screen Award himself for Best Performance by an Actor in a Featured Supporting or Guest Role in a Comedy Series. He is hilarious as Vice Principal Cheely on CBC's Mr. D. Season 4 is playing now, and great news to report as the Halifax production has been renewed for a 5th season. Jonathan tells me they'll begin shooting 13 episodes in late June, which will have him pulling double duty as he's currently writing with the team for Season 10 of the Trailer Park Boys, which will go to camera May 20th in Truro, Nova Scotia. Season 9 is streaming now on Netflix, by the way, but that's not all. You can watch for Jonathan on YTV this June. He'll be co-hosting alongside former Daily Show star Samantha Bee in Game On. It's a great new comedy where they play color commentators calling the life of a teenage boy. That sounds so funny, and so does Jonathan's podcast, Taggart and Torrance.
Something went on here, something went on there. And
Every week or so for the past year and a bit, Jonathan has been connecting with his good friend and former Our Lady Peace drummer, Jeremy Taggart, for a great chat about, well, everything. It's a marvelous mix of pop culture and behind-the-scenes dirt. There's games and water cooler fodder, and it's all swirled together and served up Canadianity style. While the language is colorful and the subject matter often derails to adult levels, it's a hilarious way to spend an hour. Hear what I mean at taggartandtorrance.ca.
I'm awesome.
All of us.
I've heard of this, sir. It's a great exercise.
It's a wonderful exercise. Thank you, Sheila.
Sir, how the blue-eyed people know how it feels?
When we switch roles tomorrow.
When we switch roles, what do you tell? I can't waste another day on this. Doing this one day. It's one day. I thought this was a great thing to do, to give you a little break, and it was a nice way to show you about racism.
But, sir, the exercise...
Sheila! Yep.
One of Jonathan's Mr. D co-stars, Kumbi, has been very busy herself. The Halifax-born actress dropped me a line from Africa, where she's visiting family and filming a short with her brother. You can also watch for Kumbi to star in Studio Black. Lunenburg-based company Picture Plant produced this innovative 4-part series for CBC, which is based on African Nova Scotian folktales collected in the 1920s by American civil rights activist, educator, and folklorist Arthur Fawcett. 3 filmmakers of African Nova Scotian descent, Corey Bowles, Juanita Peters, and Jarrett Shaw, direct this ensemble cast of 8 African Nova Scotian actors in a style that mixes theater and studio television. Kumbi wrote and told me that being a part of Studio Black was like a dream, with a truly incredible cast and crew. Incredible too, just days after that production wrapped, Kumbi was at the Real World Film Festival in Toronto to screen her first short film, Message Deleted, which she wrote and directed. That lady is on the move. One fan favorite that's here to stay, CBC's smash Murdoch Mysteries.
I think I know what you're saying, Mr. Hummer, and I think the idea of Henderson giving up his championship in a fake maneuver, difficult to believe.
The much-beloved series starring Yannick Bizon and NL fella Johnny Harris was renewed for a 9th season. Helen Joy, Thomas Craig, and Georgina Riley round out the cast, who will begin production in Ontario late spring.
What is it?
I don't know.
And as for Johnny's small-town comedy tour show, currently titled Still Standing, well, it's still set to premiere this summer. And we are so happy to tell you perennial favorites, The Rick Mercer Report, will return for a 13th season this September, along with This Hour Has 22 Minutes for its 23rd season. Wow, that's unbelievable. And word has it there'll be some fresh faces added to the anchor desk, so we'll look forward to their production ramping up in Halifax this fall. One show that's just premiered for its 2nd season is Remedy, starring Gander NL native Sarah Canning.
You're Dr. Connor?
One of them.
I paid you for a surgical consult 2 hours ago.
I'm sorry, who are you? The new guy.
In this not-to-be-missed medical drama, Sarah plays Dr. Melissa Connor, along with a stellar cast for this sophomore season that promises double the healing and twice the heartache. Tune in Monday nights and visit globaltv.com/remedy for more on the show and full episodes too. Also back from their mid-season break, ABC's Revenge. I gotta tell you, after that season 4 premiere shocker in which Emily's dad David was revealed very much alive, we fans of Dartmouth-born actor James Tupper were blown away with delight. Madeline Stowe and Emily Van Camp star in the thrilling series that airs in Canada on City TV. And while he may not have received a casting call for the big screen production, NL-born actor Michael Rowe remains in his riveting role as Deadshot on the CW smash Arrow. A fan favorite for sure, Rowe is so super sweet to retweet the support from all his Suicide Squad fans. He's the coolest. Still ahead on CNBC, we'll share what we've heard about Haven, give you the scoop on what's new with 2 of our favorite Doyle stars, and tell you about some best-selling books being adapted for your big and small screen enjoyment. And coming up after the break, we'll break down the blockbusters set to hit theaters courtesy of Newfoundland-born director Brad Payton. We'll be right back.
The Earth will literally crack open, and you will feel it on the East Coast.
I'm gonna get you out! Come on! Come here!
That, my friends, is a look at the sensational San Andreas, set to rip into theaters May 29th. Gander NL native Brad Payton directs the epic disaster film set in the aftermath of a massive earthquake, which stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as a rescue chopper pilot who makes a dangerous journey across California to rescue his estranged daughter. Carla Gugino, Alexandra Daddario, and Paul Giamatti co-star, and it is gonna be huge. You'll note it's the second film for Payton and Johnson. The fellas worked together on Journey to the Mysterious Island, along with Josh Hutcherson, Michael Caine, Luis Guzman, and Vanessa Hudgens. And they've already announced that they'll be teaming up again for Journey 3, From the Earth to the Moon. That one has yet to begin production, but Mr. Payton's got another directorial project in the pipeline, currently in post-production and set to hit theaters this September, the horror movie Incarnate, starring Aaron Eckhart.
This stuff goes way back. Trolls love gold, more than anything. You can pay them off with gold. It's their only real weakness.
Well, we were oh so thrilled and right some proud when Cast No Shadow was nominated for 4 Canadian Screen Awards, including Best Picture. I gotta tell you, it was very cool to chat with first-time feature director Christian Sparks, screenwriter and co-star Joel Thomas Hines, and lead actor Percy Hines-White back in September when the film premiered and swept the Atlantic Film Festival Awards. Needless to say, it gives us great joy to tell you Cast No Shadow will play in theaters this April. Filmed on breathtaking Belle Island, Newfoundland, Cast No Shadow will open in Toronto, Halifax, and St. John's on Friday, April the 3rd. Details are still coming together for those screenings, but we do know there will be members of the cast and crew present at all 3 locations, so we'll be sure to keep you posted on the details at cnbc.com and on Twitter too. Well, while we were happy to get that announcement, there's still no word on when we can expect Haven to return for the back end of Season 5. Reviewing my notes, the most we were ever promised by Sci-Fi and Showcase was sometime this year, and at this point I've got my money on a fall premiere for episode 514. We do know for sure the season finale is in the can, and it's so good, as tweeted by executive producer and director Sean Pillar on March the 17th. We also know that we'll have William Shatner in the mix for those yet-to-play 13 episodes.
In a town of endless mysteries, one man holds the key.
I've got the key. Or is that the key to my dressing room? I'm not quite sure.
William Shatner comes to town when Haven returns.
And as for a 6th season of Haven, well, we've got some troubles believing that there will be one. After a sell-off sale of their props once production wrapped, and 4 lease signs on their usual haunts, well, it's not looking good. Still, no official word has been issued by the Haven Herald, so we're keeping our fingers crossed here on the South Shore of Nova Scotia, along with their fans around the world. To tide you over till they're back with Haven 5B...
Hello. Were you just walking by, or you invited me up for a chat? I give backcountry eco tours. You sure you don't need a guide?
I already have one.
You're a lucky man, Alex.
Eric Balfour can be seen in Adam McDonald's thriller Backcountry. That was released to theaters, VOD, and iTunes on March the 20th. Visit backcountryfilm.com for those details. And here's a look at Lucas Bryant's forthcoming film, The Girl King, which tells the dramatic story of the brilliant and extravagant Christina of Sweden, who was queen from the age of 6.
We have to maintain total domination over the Baltic Sea at all costs.
I intend to break the promise I made to the Germans.
No word on release dates there, but we'll be sure to let you know once we've got it. Still ahead on CNBC, we'll give you an update on a couple of stars cited on our ones to watch list, and we'll tell you about a truly cool film project that's been using the World Wide Web as its casting room. Sure seems crazy to do a production report on CNBC without an update from Doyle. Truth be told, Wednesdays don't feel the same either, and we're not alone in our longing for the Republic, but we do have some cool news on our favorite couple that should take the edge off. I received a lovely note from Leslie, the Mount Pearl girl herself, aka Kristen Pellerin, who told me she's heading back to St. John's to star in the short film Touch. She writes, I'm going home to work with Noel Harris. Noel and I worked on Doyle together for 6 seasons, and now a lot of the crew from the show are coming together to make this inspired short film. I'm playing Connie, a single mother of 2 in the grips of poverty. We'll be in rehearsals and shooting from April 14th through to the 21st, and I'm really looking forward to going home and working with everyone again. The Toronto-based actress will also be making her Stratford stage debut this year. Kristen told me she's thrilled to be starring as Joyce in John Mighton's play, Possible Worlds. With rehearsal set to begin on that production May 20th, Possible Worlds opens July 15th and runs until October. Visit stratfordfestival.ca for show and ticket information, and stay tuned for the return of the Pellerin Post to cnbc.com. As for Alan Hocko, well, hopefully you had a chance to catch him in the Book of Negroes when it premiered on CBC here in Canada this January.
I keep you clothed, I keep you fed. You live better than any other servant. You're not to leave the house unless it is for work that I assign.
So, will you now start calling me slave instead of servant?
The ratings for the 6-part miniseries were through the roof. If you missed it or would love to watch it again, you can see the series in its entirety, the one that was filmed partly here in Nova Scotia, along with all kinds of other bonus features on cbc.ca/Book of Negroes. Alan's upcoming feature film Hyena Road released its first look in January. Paul Gross wrote, directed, and stars in the war drama about Canada's soldiers in the Middle East. It's in post-production now, and by all accounts, Hyena Road should screen late 2015. And we're sure hoping by that point, cameras will be rolling on Alan's already greenlit project, Caught. We've got our fingers crossed an on-camera interview will happen with Hocko when CNBC TV heads to St. John's for the ECMAs. We'll get the latest then for sure. Meantime, you can get a glimpse of his part-time gig with the Q online now. Alan sat in the host chair for the hit CBC talk radio show March 9th through the 13th, and he really held his own. He was so lovely to listen to and oh so charming with the guests. A wide variety for sure, which included amazing actress Molly Parker. Molly, as you might know, stars as Congresswoman Jackie Sharp on the Netflix original and award-winning House of Cards. And now that Season 3 is currently streaming, we can finally celebrate publicly that Labrador City native Sean Doyle plays her husband, Dr. Alan Cook. So cool. We can also tell you that Sean will be heading to the homeland this spring for a starring role in the big screen adaptation of NL author Chad Pelly's bestseller, Away from Everywhere. Justin Sims, who we talked to at the premiere of his film Danny last September, is set to direct the film. There's plenty more in development on this project, so rest assured we'll share the lot of it with you in the months to come. We're also expecting some thrilling news from Nova Scotia-based author Pamela Callow in the next month or so. We'll be sure to keep you posted on that front too. It's very exciting. And cool news from our friends at Flanker, the Bay Bulls Standoff by NL author Christopher Ryan has been optioned by Unstoppable Urges Productions in Toronto.
This is 911. What is your emergency?
It's the guy next door. I heard he struck his sister, and I think he's got a gun.
What is your name, please?
Bernadine Walsh. We're on Factory Road, Bay Bulls.
How many people are with him?
I don't know. His sister and his mother, anyway. Oh my God, I gotta go.
The team, which includes award-winning Newfoundland filmmaker Mary Lewis, who will write the screenplay adaptation and direct the project, as well as Newfoundland filmmaker Brad Gover, who will be a producer on the project, have plans to adapt the Bay Bulls Standoff as a movie that will be released and distributed serially as a web series. St. John's filmmaker Roger Monder shot this trailer, which features Sean Panting and Joel Thomas Hines. Official casting for the series has yet to be announced, but here's what we can confirm. Free stuff! Up for grabs courtesy of Flanker Press for your reading pleasure, a copy of Chris Ryan's book, The Bay Bulls Standoff, on which that movie web series will be based. All you need to do to score it is tell me which screenwriter and star of Cast No Shadow appeared in the Bay Bulls Standoff trailer we just showed you. It's easy, because I want you to win. Once you know it, hit the website at cnbc.com, click on the TV Free Stuff button, and submit your answer. Good luck to you, and we'll be right back with CNBC's production report.
Hi, my name is Matthew Bennett. This is my good friend Matt Wells. I met Matt 9 months ago, and we decided that we were going to make a feature film.
best friends now after only 9 months. Am I messing up when I say that?
The thing about this movie that we're making is that we're doing it from a different perspective.
Yeah, through the Straight Kill website and all our social media, we want you to audition for the movie, we want you to submit music for the soundtrack, or we want you to help us find those things.
I've been in the business for 20 years as an actor, and what I know is that there's some very super talented people out there that never get an opportunity to be in front of the camera, or even audition for that matter.
I've been in television for 12 years, a musician for 20 years, but the very beginning of my TV career, I worked on a show called Going Coastal on Much Music. And what we did, we took artists who were under the radar, outside the mainstream, and we put them on our show. We showcased them. And I realize now how important that is. And I've been trying for a long time to get back to it, and I feel like finally with Straight Kill Films, I'm doing that again.
So cool, right? That was Mount Pearl NL fella Matt Wells and his Straight Kill partner Matthew Bennett last September putting out the call, and since then they've received over 1,000 submissions. At the beginning of March, they narrowed the field down to 55 actors and 30 musicians who they felt best connected with the Straight Kill world. And right now they're checking out the feedback from the social community, which has really grown around the project. Matt tells me they plan to announce the actors they'll be bringing in to work with at in-person auditions at some point in April, and then by early May they'll announce the artist or artists who will appear in the film or be placed on the soundtrack. I connected with Matt between pre-production meetings, and needless to say, there's lots on the go. All will be revealed soon, so stay tuned for the Straight Kill scoop. One thing he could reveal was how cool it's been to watch this non-traditional casting session turn into a place where people can promote and connect with other artists.
We've also heard that some of you have gotten agents through your submissions and have gotten work as well.
You be sure to check them out for yourself at straightkillfilms.com or on Twitter at StraightKillInc. Well, we're happy to report 2 young Nova Scotia-born actors from our ones to watch list have already landed some sweet roles. Dartmouth-born talent Samantha Gracie scored herself a spot on BET-centric Single Ladies for the show's 4th season. In the reoccurring role as Breelyn Goldberg, you'll see Samantha's acting chops and hear her sing from time to time as well. Great stuff for that lady. For more on the show, visit CentricTV.com. And get set to see Truro, Nova Scotia's own Wayne Burns in the new sci-fi original series, Olympus.
You knew my son didn't have legs coinciding because you'd already given it up.
We have averted an assassination attempt on the king.
No!
Premiering April 2nd, Olympus will air on Super Channel here in Canada. Award-winning writer-director Nick Willing helms this epic series that tells the story of how a few brave men and women banished the gods to the realm of unconsciousness, a place they call the underworld, or the kingdom of Hades. Wayne stars as the king's son Lycos in Olympus, and we caught up to him in Toronto to find out how he was cast in this incredible new series.
The casting process for everyone else, I think, was quite different. It followed kind of a usual system where it was like you audition for the piece, you have multiple callbacks. With Tom, who plays Hero with the lead, he did about he said 6 callbacks over the course of a couple months. He knew about 6 weeks before he was going on to set that he had booked the role. Where with me, they were kind of scrambling at the very end to kind of find someone to fill the place of Lycos because they couldn't find the person that they were looking for. They were looking in, London, LA, all over the place. And so what happened was my agent got a breakdown from Vancouver, from the casting agency there. They had sent out a search across Canada. My agent picked it up. I read the sides, fell in love. I remember reading them and just being like, I have to book this. I have to book this. Something spoke to me about it. I mean, Nick's a fantastic writer, and that was evident. I just immediately connected with him. There was something kind of divine about it. And so I spent the next 3 days preparing my self-tape. My agent needed it for Monday afternoon, a self-tape to send to Vancouver, to the casting director. Did that, worked on it all weekend, got my buddy to film it Sunday night, and sent it off Monday morning. Tuesday afternoon, the following day, Tuesday afternoon, my agent's assistant calls and she says that I've been shortlisted for the role, which was incredible because I never in my wildest dreams that I would, 1, have it actually be seen by the person who's casting it, and 2, then be shortlisted for the role, whereas essentially between 2 and 20 people are up for the role that they're considering. So I was totally ready to call it quits then. I was just like, that's awesome. If it doesn't go beyond this point, I'm still stoked because at least I know that Nick Willing watched it, and was considering me. And so that afternoon, Again, my agent's assistant called me and she said that I was really shortlisted, so it was between me and another person, and that I was to stay by my phone in case of a call from the director. So I was like on cloud 9, obviously. Like I didn't know what was happening in my life. I didn't know. It would seem like this kind of weird trance dream like thing. It was very, very strange, but like so exciting. Nick Willing calls me and he goes through the whole trajectory of what Lycos goes through, and it was just incredible. I kind of just stood on the other end of the phone, not really saying much, and then he was like, I can't wait to see you. We're flying you out Friday. So this was Tuesday. He said that we were flying out Friday and they were going to start filming on Monday. So I was like, oh my God. Literally my whole life changed in a matter of 4 days. Where everyone else had kind of, at least a month prep time, I was thrown into the deep end. I arrived and about a week later I was on set filming. So it was a whirlwind, but like the coolest whirlwind, and I'm so grateful, and it's wild. It's wild.
So happy for that guy. Mr. Burns tells me he's coming home to Nova Scotia to watch the premiere with his family. That's going to be a huge night for sure. You can see lots more of our interview with Wayne on cnbc.com and catch him in Olympus Thursday nights on Sci-Fi and Super Channel. You can watch this show and all the other great Community One programming anytime you want. Simply click the on-demand button on your Bell Alliant Fiber Op TV remote and follow the steps on your screen. And be sure to visit us online at cnbc.com, where we celebrate the people, places, and things that make the 4 Atlantic provinces so special 24/7. One-on-one interviews, exclusive features, and so much more. And be sure to follow us on Twitter, too, at CNBC, where we're always sending out sweet tweets about the East Coast of Canada and getting you in on all the action. Thanks so much for watching our special production report. I'm Stephanie Beaumont. We'll see you next time on CNBC TV.